over the weekend we saw an absolute beat down in the Apple Cup. I was at Buffalo Wild Wings enjoying some wings and a couple adult beverages there.
Wow, that's the way to do it.
Exactly. But I can't find any other words to describe this Apple Cup as utter domination.
Boring.
Boring?
That's the word I'm gonna go. Boring.
What? Maybe. I don't know.
No pun intended. I have no dog in the fight. Like, I just want to see a good football game, and I don't remember the last time I've seen a good Apple Cup.
Well,
Washington beating the tar out of Washington State.
If you're on the Washington side, then it would be happiness, enjoyment. If you're on the Cougs side, you're heartbroken, no hope. It's like Star Wars. They need a new hope in this Apple Cup series. But Christian described it as boring. Seth, what did you think of the game?
Well, I didn't get to see the game. I was working, of course. But looking at the box score, it definitely looks like it was a boring game. I mean, Jake Browning only threw for 93 yards for the Huskies because they just ran all over the Cougars. They ran for 329 yards. Gaskin had 192 by himself and 4 TDs. And I mean, Folk did throw for 369 yards, 1 TD, but he also had 3 interceptions. And as a whole, the Cougars had negative 24 rushing yards. That's about as lopsided as it gets.
Yeah. Christian?
Yeah, I
got anything?
I watched the game, and I was sad it wasn't a close shootout.
So you just wanted to see a good...
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me who wins the game. I'm not going to cheer for either side. I mean, I ran a poll on Twitter asking people...
What was the poll?
It was go Dogs, go Cougars, or go Lutes, and go Lutes won. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I just wanted to see a good football game, and we didn't see that. So, more Washington dominance. I don't remember... I truly don't. If you guys do, if you do at home, call us 253-535-7332. When was the last good Apple Cup?
I don't know. You would have to go back a couple years because I know this senior class hasn't lost an Apple Cup, and so that's including redshirt seniors. So that's 5 years of just, like I said, utter dominance. And I think Peterson right now has the Cougs' number, and he knows. What?
Did you say Cougs?
The Cougs. I said that too fast. The Cougs number. Does that work? Is that better?
No, it both ways work. I just like Cougs is better.
Yeah, Cougs is. He knows how to play defense against them, and that way is getting only rushing 3 and getting pressure on Luke Falk, and they were able to do that play in and play out, especially the combination of Vita Vea and Greg Gaines. They were just in the backfield all night long, causing ruckus against a pretty good Cougars offensive line that includes Cody O'Connell, who's probably going to be a high draft pick in this year's draft. He's a huge guard. He's like 6'8", 370, I want to say, from Wenatchee. And that really was the key to this game. And it gave Washington plenty of chances on offense to, get their offense going. And that ground attack was brutal for the Cougs defense, which was a top defense statistically. I know Christian doesn't like to look at the stats.
Well, it's fine. Yeah, they had a really good performance. I mean, a stellar performance against Washington State.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, but because I was curious, I had to find the last time. I mean, I guess the Apple Cup, we're searching for the last good Apple Cup. The Apple Cup maybe has very rarely been good. Washington Huskies lead the series 72. They're 72-32 and 6 in the series.
Yeah.
I mean, has the Apple Cup ever been good? Like, what is going on? Why do we hype this up so much? Okay, last good Apple Cup
because of the rankings.
Last good Apple Cup 2012. Washington State won 31-28 in overtime. That's what I wanted to see.
And that's
not
when
necessarily
both
the
teams
outcome
were trash.
I wanted to see that game. I wanted to see overtime. I wanted to see, especially with what were they ranked coming in? Washington State was 13.
Washington State was 13th. UW was 17th. And by the way, Washington is now ranked 13th in the college football playoff rankings.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, why couldn't we see some overtime thriller where, two decent teams battled it out? I mean, that would have been fun. But instead, I sat on the couch and watched garbage.
Yeah.
Just one team destroy the other, and no one wants to watch that.
I watched it
too. Yeah, but it's not the Huskies' fault that the Cougars didn't show up.
Yeah, the Cougars have a reputation for just not showing up, and they didn't look like they had any fight. They just were completely rattled by the situation, it seemed like, that's why the Apple Cup has been like it is. The Cougs come in and they Coug it. Even at their home stadium, they get dominated. I know last year, both teams were ranked, and UW went over there and put the beat down on them in that game as well. So I don't know what it is.
I was disappointed in that one too.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but the Cougars have to change something when it comes to Apple Time week, because whatever they're doing right now isn't working. I noticed when you said boring, Christian, Jake Browning was only 11 for 17 with 93 yards. I said it once, and I'm going to stand by it. I still think they need to open up the competition.
Boy.
And push the ball downfield more, because Browning doesn't possess the arm strength. And like I said, he's bored me to death with him being the starting quarterback now.
You bored with winning games? Is that what you really are? Man, you belong with the POU football program.
Ooh,
yeah, that's right.
Fired.
Taking shots right now. That's right.
Wow.
That's right. You get bored with winning. God, why are we even... All right. You want to talk about what bowl they're going to go to?
Sure, yeah.
Like, what?
Well,